The United Tribal Volunteers, UTV, is a significant organization formed by the Kuki people in the northeastern Indian state of Manipur. Established to address the socio-political issues faced by the Kuki community, UTV plays a crucial role in promoting unity and safeguarding the interests of its members. The Kuki people, an indigenous community with a rich cultural heritage, have long faced challenges related to identity, land rights, and political representation. In response to these issues, the UTV was founded as a grassroots movement aimed at fostering a sense of solidarity among the Kuki tribe and advocating for their rights. One of the primary objectives of the UTV is to address the historical and contemporary grievances faced by the Kuki people. This includes issues related to land encroachments, displacement, and the need for equitable representation in political processes. By uniting under the UTV banner, Kuki volunteers work towards creating a collective voice that can effectively engage with authorities and influence policy decisions. The organization also plays a crucial role in preserving and promoting Kuki culture. Through various cultural initiatives, UTV strives to revive traditional practices, languages, and customs, fostering a sense of pride and identity among the Kuki youth. This cultural preservation is seen as essential in maintaining the unique heritage of the Kuki people in the face of modernization. Furthermore, the UTV actively engages in community development projects. By focusing on education, healthcare, and infrastructure, the organization works to uplift the socioeconomic status of the Kuki community. These efforts not only improve the quality of life for Kuki people but also contribute to the overall development of the region. While the UTV has been instrumental in addressing the concerns of the Kuki people, it has also faced challenges and criticism. Some critics argue that the organization's approach may be too confrontational, leading to tensions with other communities in the region. Striking a balance between asserting the rights of the Kuki people and fostering harmonious relationships with neighboring communities remains a constant challenge for UTV. In conclusion, the United Tribal Volunteers formed by the Kuki people in Manipur stands as a testament to the resilience and determination of a community seeking to address historical injustices and carve out a brighter future. Through its multifaceted approach encompassing advocacy, cultural preservation, and community development, the UTV plays a pivotal role in shaping the socio-political landscape of Manipur and securing a better tomorrow for the Kuki people. The history of the Kuki-Zo people is a tale of resilience, migration, and cultural vibrancy spanning across the northeastern regions of India, parts of Bangladesh, and Myanmar. The Kuki-Zo, a Tibeto-Burman ethnic group, have a rich and diverse history that has shaped their identity and influenced their presence in the region. The origins of the Kuki-Zo people can be traced back to ancient times, and their migration patterns have played a significant role in shaping their historical narrative. Believed to have originated in the Tibetan Plateau, the Kuki-Zo people gradually migrated southward, establishing themselves in the hilly terrains of present-day India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. The reasons for these migrations vary, including factors such as economic pursuits, territorial conflicts, and environmental changes. Historically, the Kuki-Zo people have maintained a distinct cultural identity characterized by vibrant traditions, folklore, and linguistic diversity. The Kuki-Zo language, belonging to the Tibeto-Burman language family, serves as a linguistic link among the various Kuki groups scattered across different regions. This linguistic commonality contributes to a shared cultural heritage that binds the Kuki-Zo people together. One of the defining periods in Kuki-Zo history is their encounter with British colonial rule during the 19th century. This era saw the Kuki-Zo people engaged in various conflicts with the British, as they sought to resist colonial expansion into their traditional territories. These conflicts, often referred to as the Kuki Uprising or the Kuki Rebellion, left a lasting impact on the socio-political landscape of the region and influenced subsequent developments. Post-independence, the Kuki-Zo people found themselves inhabiting different political entities, leading to the emergence of distinct Kuki communities in India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. In India, the Kuki-Zo are concentrated in the states of Manipur, Mizoram, and Nagaland, where they continue to assert their cultural identity and strive for socio-economic development. In Myanmar, the Kuki-Zo people are primarily found in the Chin State, Sagaing region, and Magway region. They have faced challenges related to displacement, conflict, and political unrest, contributing to a complex historical narrative in the country. Bangladesh is also home to a significant Kuki population, particularly in the Chittagong hill tracts. Here, the Kuki-Zo people have encountered issues related to land rights, displacement, and cultural preservation as they navigate their identity within the broader context of Bangladesh's ethnic diversity. In conclusion, the history of the Kuki-Zo people in India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar is a tale of adaptation, struggle, and cultural richness. From their ancient roots in the Tibetan plateau to the challenges posed by colonialism and contemporary geopolitical dynamics, the Kuki-Zo people have demonstrated resilience and determination in preserving their unique identity while contributing to the cultural mosaic of the regions they inhabit. The Anglo-Kuki War, which took place between 1917 and 1919, stands as a significant chapter in the history of the Kuki people in the northeastern region of India. This conflict, also known as the Kuki Uprising, emerged as a result of tensions between the Kuki tribes and the British colonial administration, highlighting issues related to land, autonomy, and resistance against external control. The roots of the Anglo-Kuki War can be traced to the British colonial expansion and the implementation of policies that impacted the traditional territories and ways of life of indigenous communities, including the Kuki tribes. The imposition of external authority, land regulations, and changes in administration fueled discontent among the Kuki people, leading to a series of confrontations. The immediate trigger for the conflict was the introduction of the Inner Line Regulation in 1917 by the British, which restricted the movement of certain communities, including the Kukis, within defined areas. This regulation was met with resistance as it impinged upon the traditional mobility and trade routes of the Kuki tribes, who relied on these movements for their livelihoods and cultural practices. As tensions escalated, the Kuki tribes, united under the banner of the Kuki Chiefs Association, began to organize and resist the British imposition. The uprising quickly spread across different regions inhabited by the Kuki people, including parts of present-day Manipur, Mizoram, and Nagaland. The Kuki resistance was marked by guerrilla warfare tactics, making it challenging for the British forces to suppress the rebellion. The conflict was characterized by a series of skirmishes and battles between the Kuki warriors and the British forces. The Kuki fighters, known for their skill in guerrilla warfare and knowledge of the local terrain, posed a formidable challenge to the technologically superior British military. The war took a toll on both sides, resulting in casualties and displacements. Ultimately, the British managed to quell the rebellion by deploying a combination of military force, diplomacy, and economic measures. The aftermath of the Anglo-Kuki War saw changes in administrative policies and the redrawing of boundaries, further altering the socio-political landscape of the region. The consequences of the war were profound for the Kuki people. Many Kuki villages were displaced, and there were significant social and economic disruptions. The war also had lasting effects on the relationship between the Kuki tribes and the British colonial administration, influencing subsequent interactions and shaping the collective memory of the Kuki people. In conclusion, the Anglo-Kuki War represents a pivotal moment in the history of the Kuki people, marked by their resistance against colonial oppression and efforts to preserve their autonomy and way of life. The legacy of this conflict continues to resonate in the historical consciousness of the Kuki community and remains an integral part of the broader narrative of the struggles against external domination in the northeastern region of India. The Meitei and Kuki conflict in the northeastern state of Manipur, India, has been a complex and multifaceted issue rooted in historical, social, and political factors. The conflict primarily involves the Meitei, an indigenous group inhabiting the valley areas of Manipur, and the Kuki, an ethnic community residing in the hills of the same state. This conflict has spanned several decades and has been characterized by territorial disputes, identity issues, and clashes over resources. Historically, Manipur has been home to diverse ethnic communities, each with its distinct cultural identity. The Meitei, residing in the Central Valley region, have often seen themselves as the original inhabitants of Manipur and have sought to protect their cultural and political autonomy. On the other hand, the Kuki, residing in the hill areas, have asserted their own historical presence and cultural distinctiveness. One significant factor contributing to the Meitei and Kuki conflict is the issue of territorial claims. The Meitei people, concentrated in the valley, have historically asserted their dominance in the central regions of Manipur. However, as demands for administrative autonomy and political representation increased, tensions arose with the Kuki community, who felt marginalized and sought recognition of their own territorial rights in the hills. The conflict has also been fueled by economic factors, including competition over land and resources. As both communities rely on agriculture for their livelihoods, disputes over land ownership and cultivation rights have been a recurrent source of tension. Additionally, the historical lack of comprehensive land records and ambiguous boundaries have contributed to land-related conflicts between Meitei and Kuki villages. Identity plays a crucial role in the Meitei and Kuki conflict. The distinct cultural practices, languages, and traditions of each group have contributed to a sense of unique identity. However, efforts to preserve and promote these identities have sometimes led to exclusivity, exacerbating tensions between the two communities. The desire to maintain cultural distinctiveness has sometimes been misconstrued as a threat by the other group, deepening mistrust and hostility. The conflict has witnessed periods of violence, including ethnic clashes, displacement of communities, and loss of lives. Both the Meitei and Kuki communities have experienced the repercussions of such violence, leading to a complex web of historical grievances and mutual distrust. Efforts have been made by civil society organizations, government initiatives, and peace-building movements to address the Meitei and Kuki conflict. Dialogue forums, cultural exchanges, and peace-building initiatives have been undertaken to foster understanding and reconciliation between the two communities. However, finding a lasting resolution remains a formidable challenge due to the deeply ingrained historical and cultural dimensions of the conflict. In conclusion, the Meitei and Kuki conflict in Manipur reflects the intricate interplay of historical, territorial, economic, and identity-related factors. Addressing this conflict requires a comprehensive and inclusive approach that recognizes the legitimate concerns of both communities. By promoting dialogue, understanding, and collaborative efforts, there is hope for a peaceful coexistence that respects the diverse cultural heritage of both the Meitei and Kuki people in the state of